Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My country is.
Good evening, honorable city council members, Madam Treasurer, our city attorney, our chief of staff, deputy clerk, and our administrative staff that's here. To all of you that are here with us this evening, today's date is October 27, 2025, and this is the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilman Barden.
Here.
Councilwoman Abdo.
Here.
Councilman Kraut.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Jones.
Here.
And Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Tonight's regular council meeting agenda reads as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, warrant. 12, communication. And number 13, adjournment. And a motion will be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved. Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Cross, supported by Mr. Jones, for approval of the agenda as presented. Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Number 2 are the minutes for approval, are the minutes from the regular council meeting held on Monday, October 13th, 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move and then we approve the council minutes from the regular meeting that was held on October the 13th at 7:30.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from our regular meeting held on Monday, October the 13th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 3, petitioner. We have no petitioners on the agenda this evening. It takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Tonight at 6 p.m., we had a special meeting concerning the election certification timeline. Also at this time, the Chair is going to recognize Councilwoman Talley.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. Just a couple of resolutions, if we could. Want to do a 3-year pastoral anniversary for Pastor Mario Smith at Mount Olive Baptist Church, if I can get support for that.
Support.
I was able to attend the service yesterday for his 3rd anniversary, and just want to just commend him for his 3 years of service at Mount Olive Baptist Church.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Kraut, for resolution. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
And then my second resolution is for Pastor Jesse Charles of, he does the services over at the Senior Center. He's celebrating 76th birthday celebration that his wife will be giving him, and so I would like to do a birthday resolution
Support.
for him. Thank you.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Wadsworth for resolution. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council.
Okay. The chair had a very exciting, well, first of all, I want to say, keep your prayers in for Marie Childs, who lost her son her daughter lost her son.
Grandson. It was a
In a car
grandson.
accident.
Right, Marie's grandson.
Keep the family in your prayers. Tonight, I got a surprise, a big surprise, and first time I ever shed a tear that much at council. Thanks to Ms. Braggs and administration and my council colleagues, they gave me a nice presentation as my retirement. I have another councilman before I retire, and all my colleagues and my city clerk, my treasurer, deputy clerk, mayor's office, chief of staff, attorney, all of them wish me well. I had to let everyone know that wasn't here in the viewing audience to know that I really appreciate this city. I appreciate working with my colleagues. I appreciate working with outstanding clerk and deputy clerk, both of them clerk of the year. I'm honored to work with the treasurer. We have a great treasurer. We just have a great administration. We have a great city. We have a great council. We have people like Mr. Wadsworth been on here, served people well, and all my colleagues. I just had to get that out because I really felt good tonight. And it just seems so funny, 20 years. And I know every Monday, second Monday and fourth Monday, I'm gonna say, oh, shoot, I can't even get in the door. They changed my key. But I will be involved in the community. And I just want to thank the city of Romulus for all your support that elected me for 20 years. And I'm going to miss you, but I'm still going to be involved in the city.
Amen.
Thank you.
John,
Mr. Wadsworth?
if I could, since it appears that you are going to leave, I would like a support of a resolution of recognizing and honoring Councilman John Barden, Mayor Pro Tem. If somebody will support it, I'll read it. Okay, whereas Councilman John Barden has proudly and honorably served the residents of the city of Romulus for 20 impactful years, first elected in November of 2005. Whereas throughout his 5 consecutive 4-year terms, Councilman Barden has unwavering commitment to public service, integrity, and the community and advancement. And whereas since 2013, he has served with a distinction as a mayor pro tem, earning the highest number of votes and providing excellent leadership, wise counsel, and a steadfast guidance to both the city of Romulus and the administration. Whereas Councilman Barden is respected for his calm, composed, and thorough approach, consistently engaging in discussion and decisions with respect, fairness, and genuine concern for the welfare of the community. Whereas, in addition to his public service, Councilman Barden is a devoted father, husband, grandfather, and the core of values for his family, faith, and the commitment in all the areas of his life. Whereas his colleagues, city staff, and residents alike will always remember his smile and his intense humor, and especially for his unwavering support of the Detroit Lions, and he did make me a believer. Whereas missing an opportunity to theoretically proclaim his support during the football season. Now, therefore, it is resolved that the honorable elected officials and the city of Romulus boldly express their deep appreciation and sincere gratitude to Councilman Barden for his extraordinary 20 years of dedication, public service, and friendship to the community. It is further resolved that we extend our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to Councilman Barton as he embarks on his exciting new chapter of life filled with well-deserved joy and commitment, where it is signed by Mayor Robert McCray, Clerk Ellen Bragg, Treasurer Stacy Page, Councilwoman Kathy Abdul, Councilman David Jones, Councilwoman Tina Talley, Councilman Harry Kraut, Councilwoman Celeste Roscoe, and me, William Wadsworth. And John, congratulations. I believe that Tina has the...
I do. And I just want to present this since he's the senior councilman. I'm the baby out of the electeds. I'm the baby. So thank you for this honor, for letting me present this to you. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes?
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. Next, Chair is going to recognize Councilwoman Roscoe.
Yes, on a very sad note, I would like to ask for a memorial resolution for Jerry Frederick, if I can get support.
Support.
We lost Jerry last week very suddenly, and he was one of our planning commissioners, and he also sat on the zoning board, and just was very active in the community altogether. And our heartfelt sympathies go out to all his family and friends and our whole community. It is a very great loss to everyone, but especially sympathies out to his family. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Jones for a memorial resolution. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. That concludes the chairperson's report.
John.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, through the chair, before you close out your report, another sad note we just learned today, if we can have another memorial resolution for Gordon Sylvie.
wow.
And so we got news he passed today. So if we could, you know,
Yeah,
have
hello,
a
Mr. Barton, through the chair.
motion.
Yeah.
Can I make that memorial resolution for the passing of Gordon Sylvie, please?
Okay.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley. Who supported that? Ms. Abdo? For a memorial resolution. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved.
Thank you, Council.
That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
I second that motion.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley. Accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Good evening, City Council. To those in the audience and those listening at home this evening, I'll be presenting Mayor McCrae's report this evening. Before we get started, though, we have a quick update of upcoming events from our very own Vanessa Tolliver in the Mayor's office, who, by the way, is celebrating a birthday on Friday, so be sure to wish our Vanessa happy birthday.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. Early voting will take place every day this week through Sunday, November 2nd, located at the old 34th District Court Building, 11131 Wayne Road. The times are as follows: Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the clerk's office at 734-942-7540. The American Progressive Association is hosting a trunk or treat on Friday from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Thomas J. Coleman Center on Beverly Road. Bring your tailgate supplies, game day snacks, and chairs, and plenty of team spirit on Sunday, November 9th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. to the Romulus Historical Park Pavilion. We'll be showing the game on the big screen and all are welcome to attend. Kickoff is scheduled for 4:25 p.m. Please note, this is an outdoor event, so dress for cooler weather, and the event may be canceled in case of inclement weather. The 8th annual Gobble Wobble Turkey Trot will take place on Friday, November 21st from Artesian Reserve to Walters Bar. Check-in starts at 5 p.m. and the trot will begin at 5:30. There's plenty of parking available at Walters Bar with shuttle services. Holiday turkey attire is encouraged and proceeds benefit Romulus Goodfellows. If you have a relative or a loved one who is a veteran of the United States Armed Forces and is currently buried in the Romulus Memorial Cemetery, we need your help in making sure that they are registered with the clerk's office so that their grave is properly honored at the Reefs Across America ceremony on December 13th. Please contact the city clerk's office at 734-942-7540. Details on how to sponsor a wreath can be found on our website. The deadline to purchase a wreath is Wednesday, November 26th. Thanks everyone. To remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube and visit our website for more information. You have yourself a lovely fall evening.
Thank you, Vanessa. And just one more thing to note before I get started on my report for the mayor tonight. You know, obviously, we've had some sad things happening in the community lately, but there's also just a great spirit in this community. And last week, I was privileged to attend a fundraiser that the Goodfellows Committee put together. It was our annual Witches Night Out, and it was bigger and better again this year. I won't list all the names, but there's just some amazing people that work behind the scenes to make sure that we have no child without a Christmas. And just really a heartfelt event, and just had a lot of fun. So thank you to all of them, and I'm just proud to be a member of this community. So with that, item 5A is a request for the 2025 tree lighting event. With council's concurrence, we're requesting that you authorize a no-fee permit for all 2025 tree lighting activities on December 5th, as well as the closure of Hunt Street between Goddard Road and Bivens Street beginning at 4:30 p.m. and reopening at 8 p.m.
So moved.
Support.
A motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for no fee permit for the tree lighting ceremony. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Item 5B is introduction of budget amendment 2526-8. And with your introduction of this amendment, it would be to cover costs associated with the reimbursement of the Welch Packaging Brownfield Agreement, PAC spec, per Council Resolution 15-349.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley?
I would like to make that motion to concur with administration and introduce Budget Amendment 25/26-8 to cover costs associated with the reimbursement of the Welch Packaging Brownfield Agreement, PAC spec, per Council Resolution number 15-349. I do have discussion.
Need a second?
Support.
A motion by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for introduction of budget amendment 25/26-8. Discussion, Ms. Talley?
I talked with Julie Albert. I mean, let me tell you, this woman here she knows her craft. And I read this package over the weekend, and I had questions all over the place when I was reading it. But then I called Julie today, and all the questions she had, she summed up in her summary she gave me before I even got to my questions. I mean, she just gave me a summary and answered every question I had about this. So I know you're going to do it. I'm asking if you can come up and do the same to everybody that's listening that you did for me, because I didn't have to ask her one question. She did a summary, cleared up my questions in her summary, and kept it moving. Thank you, Julie.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for calling me up. Good evening, council. As many of you on council today will remember, back in 2015, the city council approved a brownfield agreement with Packaging Specialties, which has subsequently been acquired by Welch Packaging for the facility on Middle Belt Road. The brownfield was also layered with the Public Act 198 industrial facilities tax exemption. So the agreement stipulated that capture would occur, capture of taxes, school taxes, city taxes, and county taxes would occur during the life of the abatement, 8 years, After the 8-year abatement expired, the company could then come to the brownfield and request reimbursement. Fast forward 8 years later, the abatement has expired, it's time for reimbursement. This is back in 2023. The company has changed hands, and they're going through their files to find paid invoices and receipts to submit for reimbursement for eligible activities. We finally wrapped up that process and had our consultants, AKT Peerless, review the receipts and invoices to make sure that the items that they were submitting for were actually eligible expenses under the Brownfield Act. The final amount that was arrived at was $200,311, I think, and 27 cents of eligible activity. The agreement that was approved back in 2015 allowed for reimbursement of up to $700,000. Right now, Welch Packaging is saying to us, these are the receipts and invoices we can submit for $200,000, not $700,000. So I'm asking council to do a budget amendment to recognize capture that has already been accruing in a revenue account to be moved into the budget so that in December, I can come before you and request the official reimbursement and then the suspension of capture. So instead of continuing to capture school, county, and city taxes until 2035, we will suspend the capture beginning in 2026. So there will be no more reimbursement eligibility for Welch Packaging. So it shortens the program by 10 years, and it reduces the reimbursement by $500,000.
Thank you, Julie.
Any questions?
Any questions from council? If there's no other, thank you, Judy. If there's no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yep.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Item 5C is also introduction of budget amendment 2526-9, and this is to cover the grant match of $201,000 and additional allowable capital outlay expenses.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make the motion to concur with administration and introduce Budget Amendment 25/26-9 to cover the grant match of $201,000 and additional allowable capital outlay expenses.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for introduction of budget amendment 25/26-9. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. And the final item on the mayor's report this evening, budget amendment 2526-10. And with your concurrence, this would be to introduce the budget amendment to recognize revenue from the federal FEMA AFG grant for life-saving equipment.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion to concur with administration and introduce Budget Amendment 25/26-10 to recognize revenue from federal FEMA AFG grant for life-saving equipment.
Support.
Been motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for introduction of budget amendment 26/26-10. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council, and that will conclude the mayor's report this evening.
Thank you, Chief of Staff.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. I have several items, action items under my report, but I do have a couple of announcements. Want to thank Vanessa. She's already announced about our early voting and hours of operation, but I want to remind voters that still have absentee ballots that they haven't returned. Would like to encourage you, please return your ballots. There's prepaid postage, if you want to put it in the mail. We have 3 drop box locations. One is located in the parking lot at the Senior Center. The second one is in the parking lot right out here in front of City Hall. And then we have one in the lobby here at City Hall. So we really, really want to encourage everyone, if you haven't returned your ballot, please return your ballot. You have until 8 o'clock on November the 4th to return your ballot. And again, it's prepaid postage, so make sure you get that in. Lastly, the Cemetery Board of Trustees, they have a new chairperson, Miss Janine Barron. They had a special meeting last week and to set a date for their fall cleanup. So the Board of Trustees will be in the cemetery on November the 1st and 2nd to do some cleaning. And this, again, it's weather permitting, but, removing those prohibited items, dead flowers, and they want to try to get things cleaned up, in preparation for Wreaths Across America is coming up soon. So they will be out there those 2 days. Families, if you have items on grave sites, some keepsakes, I encourage you to get out there and remove them if you want to keep them before November 1st and 2nd. Otherwise, those items will be removed. Those items include fresh and or artificial flowers. They must be in an unbreakable vase, but anything that's already dead, they're going to go ahead and remove those. I'm just trying to, and holiday decorations, yard ornaments, wind chimes, lanterns, solar lights, shepherd hooks. So those are those small items. I know it's the holidays, and so the board wanted to wait until after Halloween, just before they remove those items in preparation for the holidays that are coming up. If you have any questions, just, call the clerk's office and be glad to answer any questions that families may have. Thank you. That concludes my announcements. And with that, I have quite a few items under my report. So the first item, 6A, for second reading and final adoption, is Budget Amendment 2526-2 in the amount of $50,000, and this is to cover costs associated with the repair of Ecorse Creek drains and recognized state grant revenue. This amendment was introduced at the October 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
To the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make a motion for the second reading and final adoption of the Budget Amendment 25/26-2 in the amount of $50,000 to cover costs associated with the repair of Ecorse Creek drains and recognize state grant revenue.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Kraut, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-2. Discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you. 6B, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-3 in the amount of $1,524,596 to cover costs associated with the annual DUWA bond payments and interest expense. The amount was introduced at, the budget amendment was introduced at the October 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Through the chair,
Ms. Talley?
I'd like to make that motion for the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 25/26-3 in the amount of $1,524,596 to cover costs associated with the annual DUA bond payments and interest expense.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo. Second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-3. Discussion? None. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
6C, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-4 in the amount of $20,000 to cover costs associated with the annual claims expense. This amendment was introduced at the October 13, 2025 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move for the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 25/26-4 in the amount of $20,000 to cover the cost associated with the annual claims expense.
Support.
Been motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut. Second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-4. Discussion? None. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
6D for second reading and final adoption is Budget Amendment 2526-6 in the amount of $291,000 to cover increase in cost for the single hauler collection and disposal program. This amendment was introduced at the October 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Through the chair,
Ms. Tally?
I'd like to make the motion for the second reading and final adoption of the Budget Amendment 25/26-6 in the amount of $291,000 to cover increase in costs for the single hauler collection and disposal program.
Support.
Been motion by Ms. Tally, supported by Mr. Jones. Second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-6. Discussion? None. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved.
Thank you. 6E for second reading and final adoption is Budget Amendment 2526-7 in the amount of $28,000 to cover Clemis maintenance and membership costs for computer-aided dispatching. This amendment was introduced at the October 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Through the chair,
Ms. Tally?
I'd like to make the motion for the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 25/26-7 in the amount of $28,000 to cover Clemens maintenance and membership costs for computer-aided dispatching.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Tally, supported by Mr. Jones, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-7. Discussion? None. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
6F for second reading and final adoption of TA 2025-002, a proposed zoning ordinance text amendment to Article 11, Use Standards, Section 11.7, Vehicle Uses of the Romulus zoning ordinance. This zoning text amendment was introduced at the October 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion for second reading and final adoption of TA-2025-002, a proposed zoning ordinance text amendment to Article 11, Use Standards, Section 11.7, Vehicle Uses of the Romulus zoning ordinance.
I second that motion.
The motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Tally. Second reading and final adoption of TA 2025-002, vehicle uses. Any discussion? None. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
6G for second reading and final adoption of amendments to Chapter 58, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Article 4, Secondhand Automobile Business, Section 58-288, Definition, and Section 58-289, Requirements for Buildings and Premises of the City of Romulus Code of Ordinances. This ordinance amendment was introduced at the October 13th, 2025 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move for second reading, final adoption of the amendments to Chapter 58, Traffic and Motor Vehicle, Article 4, secondhand automobile businesses, Section 58-288, and Section 58-289 are requirements for the building and permit of the City of Romulus Code of Ordinances.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut, for second reading and final adoption of amendments to the Chapter 58, Articles 4 of the Romulus Code of Ordinance. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
6H for second reading and final adoption of TA 2025-003, a proposed zoning ordinance text amendment to Article 17, Site Plan Review Requirements and Procedures, Section 17.3, subsection E, final approval of conditionally approved site plan, and subsection J, expiration of approved site plan of the Romulus zoning ordinance. This zoning amendment was introduced at the October 13, 2025 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion for second reading and final adoption of TA-2025-003, a proposed zoning ordinance text amendment to Article 17, Site Plan Review Requirements and Procedures, Section 17-3 of E, final approval of conditional approved site plan, and Section of J, expiration of approved site plan of the Romulus zoning ordinance.
I second that motion.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Tally, for second reading, final adoption of amendments to 2A-2025-003 for site plan review. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved.
Thank you. 6I, appointment to the Romulus Board of Review. Request council to concur with the recommendation of the Executive Advisory Committee and appoint Reverend John Cole to the Romulus Board of Review with a term to begin on January 1st, 2026 and expire on December 31st, 2027 pursuant to MCL 211.28.
Through the chair,
Ms. Tally?
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the recommendation of the Executive Advisory Committee and appoint Reverend John Cole to the Romulus Board of Review with a term to begin on January 1st, 2026 and expire on December 31st, 2027 pursuant to MCL 211.28, and I do have a comment.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Tally, supported by Mr. Kraut, for appointment to concur with the recommendation of Executive Advisory Committee and appoint Reverend John Cole as the Romulus Board of Review with a term to begin on January the 1st, 2026 and expire on December 31st, 2027 pursuant to MCL 211-.28. Discussion, Ms. Tally.
Pastor Cole, I just want to thank you for picking up that mantle. I know you'll do well, so thank you, and thank you guys for coming out this evening.
Thank you. Any other discussion? None, roll call vote. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion is approved. Congratulations.
And the last item under the clerk's report, 6J, the Buckingham Manor Subdivision Alley Vacation Report and request for a study session. The council postponed a decision on vacating an alley in Buckingham Manor Subdivision during the September 22nd, 2025 regular meeting, pending an investigation by the city's Public Services Department. The investigative report has been provided by the city's Department of Public Works. It is requested that council schedule a special meeting study session for Monday, December 8th, 2025, at 6:30 p.m. to further discuss the necessary steps based off the report received from the Department of Public Works.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Roscoe,
I'll make a motion for a study session for the Buckingham Manor Subdivision Alley Vacation Report for
Support.
December 8th at 6:30.
Support.
it's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Jones. And this is for a study session on Monday, December the 8th, at 6:30 p.m. to discuss the necessary steps based on the report received from the Department of Public Works. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. That concludes the clerk's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Good evening, audience and those in attendance. This evening, I am going to have our PFM, which is one of our the companies that we work with for investing. Her name is Gray Lepley. She will be presenting the quarterly report ending June 30th, 2025 this evening. So I'd like to welcome you and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Nice to see everyone. Good evening. I am going to give you a brief report tonight, so I won't go too much in the details and in the weeds, but I'm always happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. First, I wanted to talk about what's been happening in the market. This is from March to June, so let's talk about what's happened more recently. We've continued to see inflation be above the 2% target of the Fed, so it's around 3% right now, a little bit lower than people were expecting recently. The most recent information we have on the jobs report is that we are at an unemployment rate of about 4.3%. Unfortunately, we have the government shutdown going on right now, as you all know. What that means is, in terms of getting actual economic data in, that's non-existent. The last thing that we've really received in terms of economic data at the federal level was the inflation report last week, but we are not going to get another inflation report anytime soon, is what we've heard recently. So what that means is, for market participants, it's difficult to really know what's happening out there because the data that we typically rely on is not available. That being said, the Fed has actually cut rates. They cut rates in September by 25 basis points. So we're now in a range of 4% to 4.25%. The expectation is that we are going to see another rate cut actually this week on Wednesday for another 25 basis points, and then another one in December as well. So those have both been priced into the rates that we are currently seeing out there. What that means is, for you, when you look at what you're invested in overnight funds or short-term funds, those rates are going to continue to come down. So the interest income you've seen over the past few years actually, where we've seen interest rates be above 5%, unfortunately, those are days of the past at this point. That does not mean we're going to see absolutely no interest income or investment income as we move forward, but it is going to be a lot less than what we had seen previously. I'm going to actually skip over all of this and just go into the portfolio unless there's any questions for me on the market. Okay, great. I'll continue. So on this page, we're showing the overall city portfolio, and this is combined bank deposits and investment securities. You can see the overall amount is $85.8 million as of 6/30. A lot of it in that under 6-month space, but also well diversified across the 0 to 5 year space too. On this page, you can see where we were in March versus where you are in June, and there's a little bit of an increase in terms of the overall balance between those two periods of time. The actual portfolio composition between the different various investment opportunities that you have is relatively the same as it was last quarter. This is showing June of 24 versus June of 25, and over that period of time, you see that the overall balance went from about 76 million to now 85.8. So that's a significant increase over the past year. A lot of that has to do with the fact that interest rates have remained high, and you've been able to reinvest a lot of that investment income that I mentioned. But we've also seen values of market securities go up over time, and that's been beneficial too. This page shows the overall credit quality distribution. If you just look at the bottom there at that chart, you'll see that the vast majority of the investments are in the AA plus space. You may ask, well, why aren't we invested in more AAAs? That's because the US government, as I mentioned the last time I was here, has been downgraded to AA plus. So when you look at treasuries, federal agencies such as Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, those types of investments which make up the bulk of what you're invested in, aside from overall short-term investments, those are all AA plus. The next largest slice you see is AAAM. That is short-term AAA rated funds, and those are local government investment pools, certain types of bank deposits, etc. Going into the section of the portfolio that we manage for you, you can see here that that portfolio has about $37.1 million as of the end of the quarter of 6/30. Well diversified in the top right-hand corner there by sector. All of the different colors of the rainbow represented there as much as possible anyway. And the duration distribution at the bottom right is showing you how far out we're invested in each of these buckets of time. So you can see that a good portion is in that 0 to 1 bucket, a lot in that 3 to 4 year bucket too. That's on purpose. That's because that's where we're seeing a lot of the value right now. That being said, we want to continue to make sure we have the right amount in those 4 to 5 year spaces, et cetera, to continue to take advantage of longer term rates. Just skip over this. This page shows different activity that we saw over the quarter from 3/31 to 6/30. I do want to point out that commercial paper, the second one down, there's a blue bar there and no gray bar. That means that we added commercial paper during this quarter. That was on purpose, and it was because of the fact that commercial paper continues to be very attractive versus some of the alternatives in that short-term space. You'll notice that we were net sellers in federal agencies. That's a little bit further down. It's the gray bar there. That means that we got rid of federal agencies, and most of that went into that commercial paper piece, which was beneficial for overall portfolio performance. So speaking of performance, that's on this page here. If you look at the first column here, 3 months, you can see the blue bar is larger than the gray bar. The blue bar is our actual portfolio that we're managing for you versus the benchmark, which is the 0 to 5 treasury. So we outperformed the benchmark by about 12 basis points for the quarter. That equates to a total dollar return with a 1.4% return. That's a total dollar return of just over $500,000 just for this quarter alone. If you look back over the past year, so the next set of bars, you'll see those are much higher, close to 6%. So the portfolio has returned to 5.87% over the past year, and that has equated to a total dollar return of just over $2 million. So looking back over longer periods of time, of course, you see the past 10 years, on average, we have had portfolio returns of about 1.94% of the portfolio versus the benchmark of 1.77%. And that has equated to $5.3 million of total return dollars over that period of time. Last thing I'll show you is this page, which shows accrual basis earnings. This page is when you're talking about, one thing to talk about total dollar return and all those percentages. This is giving you actual numbers in terms of interest earned and any change in amortized cost over time. So the numbers are slightly different, but you'll see that for the past 3 months, that equated to about $400,000, and all the way over the past 10 years on the right-hand side, about $5 million as well. So we expect that interest income to remain high for now, not get back to where we were, let's say, 2015 through 2020, when interest rates were near zero. But again, we do expect it to come down to a certain extent. Any questions for me?
Any discussion from council?
Not about that. I do have to the chair, just a question to the treasurer.
Okay.
Thank you for the presentation.
You're welcome.
And we typically have a study session, so is this going to be the format going forward for our?
No, we actually scheduled her to come in for the study session, but then we wanted to honor our Mayor Pro
Gotcha.
Tem, so we did ask if she could come under
Okay.
the treasurer's report, so, and she did, and I thank you for that. So that's why.
Okay,
So we'll
thank
continue
you.
to do study sessions. But I'm so sorry you had a seat. Could you just explain real quickly why we're not in stocks and just whatever investments I would like to choose to invest in, just for those that may not know?
Yeah, great question, and that's one that we get a lot. So why no cryptocurrency? Why no stocks? All of those types of things. The main reason is because it's not allowed. I mean, it's not allowed to be invested in any of those things that are riskier. The state statute, Public Act 20 here in Michigan, is extremely conservative in terms of what you can invest in. And so if we were thinking about maybe California, if you were a city in California, that might look different in terms of the overall portfolio composition. There may be more credit, so more corporate exposure. That's not permitted here. So when you look at the opportunity set, you're really looking at short-term, highly liquid, highly rated debt. You're looking at treasuries, so treasuries issued by the Treasury Department, federal agencies, as I mentioned earlier, commercial paper, which is short-term credit that goes out to at most 270 days and has to be very highly rated as well. And that's about it. I mean, you can also buy, a few other options out there, but they're something that we don't really look at on a regular basis. There's not much of a market for anymore.
And I just ask you to share that because if you're sitting at home, you may be looking at investments where you are getting a much higher interest rate, but you're also at risk because it's something that you're willing to take the risk because it's your money. And as she stated, it's in the law. We can't do that here. So just wanted to make sure everybody understood. And if anybody has any other questions.
No, and I thought that was okay, because that's always been the case, right? We got to be safe, right? That's what I always thought. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And if I can just add one last thing, for public funds in general, especially in Michigan though, we look at 3 tenets. Those are in your investment policy, and that's what we follow, which is safety first, then liquidity, and then return. So in that order, right? So we're not trying to get a ton of extra return at the expense of that liquidity and the expense of that safety.
So there's 2 policies. There's the city's investment policy, and then there's Public Act 20. So we required to follow both. And then everyone that we work with, they do sign, they look at our investment policy, and they do agree, and they sign agreeing that they understand and will follow, obviously, all those rules and regulations, so laws.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that complete?
I'm so sorry, yes. Thank you so much. I'm all set.
All right, thank you, Madam Treasurer. Number 8 is public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those who are in the audience. The rules to address city council can be found on the back of your agenda. To address city council, please raise your hand, and after you've been acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium. We ask that you please state your name and note that you will have 3 minutes to speak. Any additional time will be upon from the chairperson. Those who submitted a card will be called upon first, which no one has submitted a card to speak under the public comment. So, Mr. Chair.
Is there any other comments from the audience? Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Mark Wilhite. Over the past few months, I've learned a lot about this town, a lot about the people in it. And Mr. Barden, you're retiring. Thank you for your 20 years
Thank you.
of dedication to the city. But I wanted to say to all the elected officials, it takes something extra to throw your hat in the ring and to have the passion for the city to do that. It's a thankless job. And I just wanted to say thank you to all the elected officials.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the audience? If not, Madam Clerk, famous, we'll close that part out.
All right. That takes us to number 9, unfinished business. Number 10, new business. Number 11 for approval is warrant 25-20.
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 25-20 in the following amounts. General Fund, $147,563.64. Major Street Fund, $1,709.75. Local Street Fund, $4,647.29. Public Safety Fund, $18,621.72. Cable TV, $859.46. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $1,045.36. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $103.54. Tax Increment Finance Authority, $10,758.39. Downtown Development Authority, $3,704.34. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $18,377.10. 911 Service Fund, $24,761.59. Drug Law Enforcement Fund, $418.46. Law Enforcement Federal, $1,000. Library Fund, $4,163.79. Court Building Construction Fund, $15,313.52. Water and Sewer Fund, $305,270.90. Motor Vehicle, $108,710.63. Technology Services, $10,133.59. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $4,904.93. Revolving Fund, $2,279. General Tax Fund, $6,910. Current Tax, $290,359.01. Impressed Payroll Fund, $9,568.49. Delinquent Personal Property Fund, $20,401.02. Totaling all funds, $1,011,585.52.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Abdo, supported by Mr. Kraut, to pay warrant number 25-20 for $1,011,585.52. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 12 is communication.
Through the chair.
Ms. Tally?
Just a couple of things. We've had some great events in our city over the last couple of weeks. I want to commend Colleen Dumas for the Daddy-Daughter Dance. It's just a great event that she has annually with dads bringing out their daughters and just having a night of fun. So thank you for her hard work and the team that works, the Rec Commission, Recreation Committee that works with her, Ms. Abdo, just everybody that works with that to make them events a success. So shout out to the Rec Commission, Colleen, and anybody else that partners on these events to bring good things for our community and to our residents and to our kids. And then secondly, we had a ribbon cutting for our outside fitness center, I guess, out by the rack. It was great. It is just beautiful. I hope people have gotten a chance to see it. It's right on the grounds of the rack. So if you haven't seen it, go by the rack and look at our outside fitness. It's just beautiful. So thank you for, is that Mike? I don't know who has that one, but whoever did in the team, great job pulling that together. It's beautiful out there. So that was a great ribbon cutting service. That same day, I actually happened to be off on my job that day, and I was coming up to the city hall. I was going to the library, and when I was coming into the parking lot, I've seen some stuff going on at the Veterans Monument, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be nosy. So I turned around and walked over there to see what was going on. And I said this at the pancake breakfast, and I'm going to just say this. I want to shout out to Stacy Page and her team for the work they did with this monument. I have not followed it. I just hear the reports and the updates and stuff, but to actually see that what do they call that, the top of it?
Oh, it's just the memorial.
The memorial.
Recognizing.
I'm gonna tell you, the people who did the work on this thing, who put it in place, just sit there and watch them, the intricacy of placing that monument exactly with precision on top of that. It was just mind-blowing to me. So Stacy, thank you and your team for the work you do. I said it at the pancake breakfast, but I'm saying it again. That is a lot of work. You know, we always giving credit to administration. We know the administration does a great job, but the treasurer and the clerk, they could do a great job too. So shout out for your team. I know that was a tedious job. When I'm just looking at, I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed, and I was like, thank you for what you guys did. So great job to the treasurer and her team. Our clerk, as always, they got this, y'all got some work for these next several days. But thank you guys, because you always just step up to the case and do the job. Just thank you for the teams we have here supporting our city. It's just magnificent. And then the mayor had his pancake breakfast, one community meeting, and it was like standing room only. Was it standing room only? It was kind of, it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. So thanks for everybody, all the residents that came out. The mayor did some great pancakes. He had some help out there with them pancakes, but they all worked together as a team and did a great job. Thank you, Julie, for all your work. She does go unnoticed. Julie goes unnoticed. She does so much work, and I don't know how she do it, but thank you for what you do. Yeah, teamwork. I mean, you guys are, it's just great teamwork. And then finally, as Vanessa said, the Coleman Center is having their trunk or treat. We've had several trunk or treats over the weekend. The RAC had a trunk or treat. The VFW had one yesterday, and there's the Coleman Center next Friday. This Friday. So just know that these events are out there in our city, and just want to just thank everybody for what they do to make our city great, because it is great. Thank you.
Thank you.
John?
Mr. Wadsworth.
If I can, two things. Number one, as someone that has got their name on the monument, I appreciate what you're doing for that. Saying that, obviously, next week there's going to be an election here, and I wish everybody luck. It's possible that some of us will come back, maybe none of us will come back, but whoever comes back, don't walk in this building with a chip on your shoulder. Come back in this chamber to do the people's work. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Roscoe?
On kind of a little bit of a serious note, with the governmental shutdowns that's going on, you hear a lot of news about the SNAP program, which benefits a lot of people within the city with their groceries and their food expenses, and it may be delayed in November. So I recommend that everyone checks their account before they go shopping to make sure their funds are there. But I said that to say this, that there are avenues here in Romulus to help with your food expenses. Miss Councilwoman Virginia Williams was always such an advocate for Forgotten Harvest. Forgotten Harvest is on Tuesdays at the high school. Starts at 10 o'clock. They start lining up about 8 o'clock in the morning for that, and they have a lot of produce, meat, just canned goods, everything you may need. So there's that avenue, and also Helping Hands. We have Helping Hands over here in Romulus that always reaches out and helps people in need when they're needing extra groceries or help in that manner. And, I said that to say this, you never, look around, you never know what anybody else is going through and their needs. And, just be a help to your neighbor, and just really want people to know that there is help out there, if you need it. Reach out and call, ask, and we can get you in the right direction to where your help can get. But thank you very much, and as Mr. Wadsworth said, I wish everybody luck next week, and, the main aspect of all this through election is moving our city forward, and that's what we have to remember. That's what this is all about. It's not about winning and losing, it's about the city and moving us forward. But thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Along the line Ms. Celeste was talking about, we also have a food box, the Rotary food box in front of the library. If you have extra food in your cupboard and you can donate it, please do. I try to keep that thing filled, but it gets a little difficult. So there are people that come there regularly to get things. So if you've got extra, help your neighbor out. Just stick a few things in the box. Thanks.
I want to wish everybody good luck for the election coming up. Like Mr. Wadsworth said, some of us won't be here. I won't be here for next election, but I wish everybody good luck and keep the city moving forward. And on the other thing is, as you know, I'm a very Lions supporter, so I want Mr. Wadsworth continue texting me. Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
please remember,
I
keep
will.
my hat on. Thank you.
If I can, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair, under
Yes.
communication, just in the same vein of voting, again, wish everybody luck next week. The important thing, I hope that residents will get out and vote. Please get out and vote. I can't stress it enough. The last election in 2021, we have about a little over 20,000 registered voters here in Romulus. And the last election in 2021, we barely had 5,000 people of residents actually come out to vote. It's so important. Those that are watching, please, 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 get out and vote. We have early voting as it's going on now tomorrow. Those polls open at 9, from 9 to 5 through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 4. Absentee voting, that's available to you. And then, of course, on Election Day. So please don't stay home. This is your community. This is, your vote is your voice, and we want you to get out there, Romulus, and cast your vote next week. And with that being said, this is not the last meeting under this current legislative body. There is one more meeting, and for those that are watching that might think that, oh, this is the last meeting, nope, there's one more meeting, and so November the 10th will be the last meeting for this current legislative body, so I want everybody to know that as well. And so, again, thank you. Wish everybody luck on next week. And any questions, please call the clerk's office. And I think with that, that's all.
All right. Thank you,
All
Madam
right.
Clerk.
Okay, if there's no more communication, sorry about that. Number 13 is adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut, for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.